Right now, in the exact 60 seconds it takes you to watch the opening of this video, one single company on Earth will quietly rake in over $1.2 million in pure revenue. By the time this landmark documentary ends, that number will exceed $36 million. That company is Amazon, a $2 trillion empire that touches virtually every second of your modern life. Most people think Amazon is just an online store where you buy books, electronics, or household goods with 2-day Prime delivery. But that is the biggest illusion in modern business. When Jeff Bezos founded the company 30 years ago, his very first choice for a name wasn't Amazon. He registered the domain name Relentless.com. And if you type Relentless.com into your web browser right now, 30 years later, it still redirects straight to Amazon's homepage. Because Relentless wasn't just a discarded brand name, it was the psychological blueprint for total economic domination. Yet today, if you open your Amazon app and search for something as simple as a USB cable or kitchen utensil, you might notice something feels deeply broken. Instead of trusted premium brands, your screen is flooded with overpriced, bizarrely named white-label junk from factory dropshippers that barely work out of the box. Amazon, the company that built its empire on absolute customer obsession, has quietly transformed into an ad-cluttered digital bazaar fighting desperately against Chinese factory-direct giants like Temu and Shein. So how did an adopted kid from Albuquerque build a $2 trillion empire from the passenger seat of a beat-up Chevy Blazer? Why is the world's most dominant retailer making almost zero net profit on actual retail sales while operating as a secretive toll booth for global advertising and government cloud intelligence? And why did Jeff Bezos step away from the empire he built to launch rockets into deep space while his core marketplace faces its biggest existential threat in history? Before we dive into the classified origins of Bezos' empire, let's do a quick reality check right now. I want you to open your Amazon app or think about your last 3 purchases. How many of them came from a brand you've actually heard of versus a random third-party seller name with weird capital letters? Pause the video right now and drop a comment below with the weirdest brand name you've seen on Amazon lately. Let's see just how much the marketplace has shifted. And pay attention, because later in this video, I'm going to show you exact internal numbers revealing where those products really come from.
To understand the ruthless efficiency of Amazon today, you have to trace its bloodline back to January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Jeff Bezos was born to Jacqueline Giese, a 17-year-old high school student facing overwhelming odds. When Jeff was 4 years old, he was adopted by Miguel Mike Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who had arrived in America at age 16 with a single suitcase, knowing zero English, working his way through the University of Albuquerque while studying by night. That immigrant hunger and relentless discipline were hardwired into young Jeff right from the start. At 16 years old, long before he commanded an army of 500,000 fulfillment workers, Bezos spent his summer working as a morning line cook at a local McDonald's in Albuquerque. His very first assignment on day 1 was cleaning the kitchen corners, and his manager noted that while other teenagers slacked off, Bezos attacked the grease and floor tiles with a terrifying, algorithmic precision. Even then, he wasn't just working a job, he was studying systems, workflow bottlenecks, and the automation of human labor. By 1982, as the valedictorian of Miami Palmetto Senior High, his graduation speech didn't talk about business or making money. Instead, he shocked the audience by describing his dream of building orbiting space colonies. He went on to earn degrees in electrical engineering and computer science from Princeton University, rapidly climbing the corporate ladder until, by age 28, he became the youngest senior vice president at D.E. Shaw, an ultra-elite quantitative Wall Street hedge fund. At D.E. Shaw, Bezos was paid a massive 6-figure salary to hunt for inefficiencies in data networks and financial markets. And in the spring of 1994, while reading through arcane web usage metrics, his eyes locked onto a single, mind-bending statistic that changed human history. The World Wide Web was growing at 2,300% per year.
Bezos later admitted he had never seen or heard of anything growing that fast outside of biological contagion. He knew right then that sitting in a plush Manhattan office while the greatest technological land grab in civilization took place would haunt him for the rest of his life. So he invented what he called the regret minimization framework, projecting himself forward to age 80 and realizing he would never regret failing at a startup, but he would forever regret not participating in the internet revolution. In July 1994, Bezos packed up his life, flew to Fort Worth, Texas, borrowed his father Mike's beat-up 1988 Chevy Blazer, and headed west towards Seattle.
While his wife Mackenzie navigated the cross-country highway, Jeff sat in the passenger seat typing up the master business plan for an everything store. But to start, he needed a single perfect wedge product. He listed 20 potential categories: CDs, software, office supplies, computer hardware. But one category stood alone: books. Why books? Because there were over 3 million books in print globally at any given time. Yet even the largest physical mega bookstores like Barnes & Noble could only stock about 150,000 titles on their wooden shelves. A digital bookstore had zero shelf space constraints. It could offer every single book ever printed without owning a single brick-and-mortar retail aisle. On July 5, 1994, in a damp, unconditioned garage in Bellevue, Washington, Amazon.com officially went live, and the economic shockwave was instantaneous. When Amazon launched to the public in July 1995, Bezos and his tiny team rigged a physical bell in their garage office that would ring every time a customer placed an order online. For the first few days, every ring brought a cheer. But literally within 30 days, without spending a single dollar on paid advertising, Amazon had shipped books to all 50 US states and 45 different countries around the globe. The bell rang so continuously that they had to permanently disconnect the wiring just to concentrate on packing cardboard boxes on their hands and knees. To turn this viral book frenzy into an unstoppable empire, Bezos sketched out what business schools now study as the Amazon flywheel, or the virtuous cycle. It was a self-reinforcing perpetual motion engine. Lower prices attract more customer traffic. More traffic attracts more third-party sellers to the marketplace. More sellers increase product selection and economies of scale. Economies of scale drive down fulfillment costs, and lower fulfillment costs allow Amazon to slash prices even further. Once this flywheel started spinning, any competitor standing in its path would be ground into dust. But then came the spring of 2000, the devastating dot-com crash. Almost overnight, the internet financial bubble evaporated into thin air. Amazon's soaring stock price suffered a staggering 95% collapse, free-falling from $113 a share down to just $6. Wall Street analysts and financial headlines openly mocked Bezos, dubbing the company Amazon.bomb and predicting immediate bankruptcy alongside casualties like Pets.com and Webvan. While CEO after CEO panicked, Bezos went surgically cold.
He slashed the corporate burn rate, laid off redundant teams, consolidated fulfillment centers, and fiercely maintained his legendary door desks, literally turning cheap, wooden, solid-core doors from Home Depot into office desks as a permanent cultural symbol of extreme frugality. But more importantly, Bezos leveraged one of the most brilliant financial hacks in corporate history, the negative cash conversion cycle. In traditional retail, a store buys inventory, pays suppliers within 30 days, and then waits weeks or months for customers to walk in and buy the products, trapping millions in working capital. Amazon inverted this equation entirely. When a customer ordered a book online, Amazon collected the cash instantly via credit card within 2 to 3 days. But because of its massive purchasing leverage, Amazon negotiated 60-day payment terms with book publishers. That meant Amazon held 57 days of free, uncommitted cash flow from its own customers before paying for the goods. Amazon literally funded its exponential global expansion using its suppliers' money, surviving the tech winter while every rival ran out of oxygen. And out of that survival came the ultimate customer lock-in mechanism, Amazon Prime, offering unlimited free 2-day shipping.
Once a consumer paid upfront for Prime, their brain felt obligated to maximize that investment. They stopped shopping anywhere else. By 2009, Amazon's flywheel was spinning at terrifying speed. But Bezos was not satisfied with just winning. He demanded total market dominance. And nothing demonstrates this ruthless predatory genius better than the war against Quidsy, the parent company of Diapers.com. Founded by entrepreneurs Mark Lohr and Vineet Barara, Diapers.com had cracked the code on young parents by offering lightning-fast, dependable overnight shipping on bulky diaper cases and baby formula. Young mothers loved Diapers.com, and its revenue was doubling every single year, threatening Amazon's grip on the highly lucrative family demographic. When Mark Lohr politely declined Amazon's acquisition offers, Bezos didn't negotiate. He weaponized the entire Amazon balance sheet. Inside Amazon headquarters, executives assembled a secret predatory task force, codenamed Project Kansas, named after the Wizard of Oz line. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Their single directive: track Diapers.com's pricing using automated bots and undercut every single item on Amazon by 20 to 30%, regardless of profit margins. If Diapers.com lowered a box of Pampers to $40, Amazon's algorithm automatically dropped it to $32 within seconds. To accelerate the bleeding, Bezos launched Amazon Mom, offering parents free 2-day shipping plus an extra 20% off diapers. Internal documents later revealed that Amazon was intentionally bleeding hundreds of millions of dollars, losing up to $7 on every single box of diapers sold just to starve Quidsy of cash flow. After months of absorbing brutal financial losses against an opponent with infinite money, Mark Lohr and Quidsy's venture capitalists were forced to surrender. In November 2010, Amazon bought Quidsy for $545 million. And almost immediately after the deal closed, Amazon quietly terminated its deep diaper discounts and raised prices back to profitable levels. It was a textbook lesson. Do not compete with Jeff Bezos on price, or he will burn down the entire forest just to deny you oxygen. And if anyone doubted that Amazon would use its dominance against its original core industry, the 2014 war with French publishing giant Hachette erased all skepticism. When Hachette resisted Amazon's demands to lower ebook prices to $9.99, Amazon weaponized its algorithms against Hachette's authors. Overnight, thousands of books by Hachette authors suddenly lost their pre-order buttons on Amazon. Shipping times for physical hardcover books were artificially inflated from 2 days to 3, 4, or even 5 weeks. When customers searched for a Hachette author's name, Amazon's recommendation engine actively pushed banners suggesting they buy similar books from competing publishers instead. For hundreds of debut authors, the impact was catastrophic. Their sales plummeted by 80 to 90% almost instantly. In outrage, author Douglas Preston penned an open letter in the New York Times signed by more than 900 prominent authors, including Stephen King and John Grisham, accusing Amazon of holding human livelihoods hostage as corporate leverage. Yet Bezos refused to flinch, stating publicly that books were competing against video games and Netflix, and that publishers had to adapt to digital reality or go extinct. Eventually, Hachette was forced to settle on Amazon's terms. Let's pause right here, because this brings up one of the fiercely debated ethical questions in modern capitalism. When Amazon bled $200 million on diapers to force Diapers.com out of business, do you think that is ruthless, brilliant business strategy or an illegal, predatory monopoly? Comment brilliant or monopoly below. When you click Buy Now with one click on your smartphone and a package magically appears on your doorstep 12 hours later, it feels like frictionless magic. But behind that digital screen lies a colossal physical reality that requires human endurance pushed to the absolute limits of biology. Inside an Amazon fulfillment center, some covering over 1 million square feet or 20 football fields, tens of thousands of human pickers, packers, and stowers work alongside fleets of automated robotic pods. In traditional warehouse fulfillment operations before automation, workers routinely walked 15 to 20 kilometers every single shift just to gather items from sprawling metal shelves. Today, while robotic pods bring the shelves directly to the workers, the human pressure has intensified into a psychological race against the clock.
Every worker's handheld or wrist barcode scanner is connected to an artificial intelligence monitoring system that tracks every single item scan down to the exact millisecond. If a worker pauses to catch their breath, tie their shoe, stretch their back, or walk across the vast floor to use the restroom, the scanner automatically logs what Amazon internal management calls time off task, or TOT. This automated surveillance algorithm operates without human empathy, measuring every second of downtime against strict hourly performance quotas.
If a worker accumulates too much time off task or falls below their strict algorithmic hourly pick quota, often requiring hundreds of items scanned per hour without a single mistake, the software automatically generates disciplinary warnings or formal termination notices without any human intervention. This hyper-optimized efficiency is precisely why workplace safety investigations and federal safety audits have repeatedly shown that Amazon fulfillment centers experience injury rates significantly higher than the national warehousing industry average. When human beings are forced to move at the velocity of robotic automation, muscle strain, physical exhaustion, and burnout become built-in operational externalities. And once that cardboard box leaves the concrete fulfillment center, the intense pressure is instantly transferred to the last-mile delivery drivers. Amazon's algorithmic dispatch app, known internally as Rabbit, dictates every turn, every stop, and the exact seconds allotted per doorstep for drivers handling 200 to 300 packages every single shift. The route schedule is so unforgiving that independent reports across the globe have documented drivers skipping formal meal breaks and even urinating in plastic bottles inside their vans just to avoid falling behind the algorithm's strict delivery service level agreements and risking termination. But Jeff Bezos didn't just want to dominate what arrives on your front porch. He realized that every single porch is a highly valuable data collection node. In 2018, Amazon acquired smart doorbell startup Ring for over $1 billion, and overnight transformed millions of suburban front doors across America into the largest privately owned, centralized video surveillance network on planet Earth. Through the accompanying Neighbors app, Amazon built formal data sharing partnerships with over 2,000 local police departments and law enforcement agencies across the United States. These partnerships allowed police departments to request citizen video footage directly through the platform without requiring a traditional judicial warrant or court oversight. When you combine Ring video doorbells with Amazon Alexa smart speakers listening inside tens of millions of living rooms and Amazon's Rekognition facial recognition software, which has been actively marketed and sold to government agencies and police forces worldwide, you begin to see the true, staggering scope of the empire. Amazon is no longer merely an e-commerce website selling books and paper towels. It is an omnipresent physical and digital infrastructure that observes what you buy, listens to what you ask, tracks who visits your home, and monitors where you walk every minute of the day. Now prepare yourself for what might be the most mind-blowing financial plot twist in modern corporate history. If you look at Amazon's astronomical revenue numbers, generating over $126 billion from physical retail sales in the first quarter of 2025 alone, you would naturally assume that shipping cardboard boxes across the globe is what makes Jeff Bezos the richest man on Earth. But that assumption is completely wrong. Here is the shocking financial reality. The physical retail marketplace, with all its massive warehouses, cargo airplanes, electric delivery vans, and 500,000 human workers, is virtually a break-even logistics operation operating on razor-thin profit margins. In the first quarter of 2025, on $126.4 billion of retail revenue, Amazon's net operating income from physical retail was under $7 billion after fulfillment expenses. So what actually subsidizes this entire global fulfillment empire, pays off the massive capital expenditures, and generates virtually all of Amazon's pure net profit? The answer lies in two secret cash juggernauts that most regular shoppers never even think about: Amazon Web Services, or AWS, and the explosive growth of Amazon advertising.
Let's examine the first massive cash cow, Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Back in 2002,
Amazon's internal software engineering infrastructure was such a chaotic, tangled mess that Bezos issued a legendary corporate mandate known as the API mandate. He ordered every internal engineering team to build modular, standardized service interfaces so their software could communicate cleanly without bottlenecks. They soon realized that if this high-powered cloud infrastructure solved Amazon's internal scalability crises during peak holiday rushes, every tech startup, global corporation, and government agency on Earth would gladly pay billions to rent it instead of building their own server farms. Today, AWS commands over 30% of the entire global cloud computing market, dwarfing rivals like Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud. Whenever you stream movies on Netflix, scroll through discussions on Reddit, book vacation stays on Airbnb, or when the Central Intelligence Agency runs classified intelligence data processing on their $600 million AWS cloud infrastructure grid, pure high-margin profit flows directly into Amazon's corporate treasury. AWS alone generates tens of billions in pure operating profit every single year, acting as the silent financial engine that keeps the retail empire spinning.
And over the past 5 years, Amazon has unlocked its second, even more lucrative cash juggernaut, Amazon advertising. When third-party sellers list a product on Amazon today, organic search visibility is virtually dead. To appear on page 1 when a customer searches for a USB cable, a garlic press, or phone case, sellers must pay Amazon massive pay-per-click advertising bids. In just the first quarter of 2025 alone, Amazon generated $13.9 billion in pure advertising revenue. And unlike physical retail fulfillment, which requires warehouses, cardboard, and delivery trucks, advertising has a mind-boggling 75 to 80% net profit margin. That means out of $13.9 billion in ad sales, Amazon netted nearly $11 billion in pure operating profit, making advertising even more profitable per dollar than AWS itself. Amazon has transformed its search bar from a helpful customer discovery tool into a high-stakes digital auction house where brands must pay double-digit taxes just to be seen by consumers. And this exact advertising and fee squeeze is what has triggered what modern economists and consumer advocates now call the Temufication of Amazon.
Today, over 60% of all physical items sold on Amazon come from independent third-party sellers. But because Amazon charges these sellers up to 45 or 50% of their product's retail price in mandatory fulfillment fees, storage fees, and pay-per-click ad bids, genuine American brands and quality product creators are getting squeezed out of the marketplace. They simply cannot afford the Amazon tax. In their place, the platform has been flooded by millions of direct-from-China factory dropshippers who can afford the high ad bids because they manufacture $3 white-label plastic dongles and sell them to American consumers for $20 under bizarre computer-generated brand names. And suddenly, over the last 2 years, Amazon faced its first true existential retail threat in 3 decades: Chinese direct-to-consumer manufacturing giants Temu and Shein. These ultra-aggressive mobile shopping apps completely bypassed the Amazon third-party middleman, shipping $3 household items directly from factory warehouses in Shenzhen and Guangzhou straight to American doorsteps in 5 to 7 days at 90% lower prices. In sheer corporate panic over losing price-sensitive consumers to Temu, Amazon launched a desperate counterattack known as Amazon Haul, a dedicated ultra-cheap storefront inside the Amazon app featuring items under $20 shipped directly from warehouses in China with 1 to 2 week delivery times. For the first time in 30 years, Amazon's sacred core brand promise of fast, premium 2-day Prime delivery has fractured. The company is now fighting a brutal, low-margin price war on its own turf against Chinese direct manufacturing powerhouses who don't have to subsidize expensive domestic overnight delivery networks. Amazon is no longer merely an e-commerce store where you buy trusted brands. It has evolved into a multi-layered economic toll booth, global advertising network, and critical cloud utility that extracts revenue from every transaction that occurs within its digital borders. Which brings us to the ultimate question. What does the founder who built this $2 trillion machine actually plan to do with all that concentrated wealth and power? In July 2021, Precisely 27 years to the exact day after he founded Amazon.com in a damp Bellevue garage, Jeff Bezos officially stepped down as chief executive officer. He left behind a $2 trillion corporate behemoth that owns prestigious news publication The Washington Post, owns upscale grocery empire Whole Foods, commands over 500,000 industrial warehouse robots, operates one of the world's largest logistics fleets, and serves as the digital backbone of our global internet. Today, while internet critics and tabloids mock his $500 million super yacht Kourou, which is so enormous that it requires a separate 75-meter secondary support yacht named Abiona just to carry its helipad, jet skis, and luxury toys, Bezos' gaze hasn't been fixed on planet Earth for decades. Remember that 17-year-old high school valedictorian graduation speech in 1982 about building orbital space colonies? Through his private aerospace company Blue Origin, funded by cashing in billions of dollars of his Amazon stock every single year, Bezos is working frantically toward building massive rotating O'Neill cylinder habitats in deep space.
Bezos has stated repeatedly that Earth's energy and raw material resources are strictly finite, and that to preserve this planet as a pristine residential national park for future generations, heavy manufacturing and industrial infrastructure must eventually be relocated into orbit. Amazon, the humble online bookstore that morphed into the world's most feared monopoly, was never his ultimate magnum opus. It was simply the financial engine, the ultimate $2 trillion launchpad designed to fund humanity's leap off the surface of the Earth. And that leaves us with one ultimate profound question to answer. When you look at what Jeff Bezos built, from cleaning kitchen corners at McDonald's to controlling our cloud data, our front door surveillance, our daily shopping, and our path into space, is the Amazon empire a triumph of human innovation that made our lives better? Or have we handed over too much unchecked control over our economy to one single man? Drop your unfiltered thoughts in the comments below right now. Do you still shop on Amazon every week, or have you shifted to Temu or local stores? If this deep dive gave you valuable perspective, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next major breakdown. Thank you for watching, keep your eyes open, and I'll see you in the next video.